Hello everyone, this is Parrish Black of the Inner City Crusaders and Parrish Black, also known as Parrish the Prophet. Today is October 31st, 2011, a Monday night time, 6:24 p.m. This video is about a confirmation to my dreams. And I had many dreams that showed me that I believe something may have hit the moon and that the moon will eject dust or debris off its upper northern side. And some days ago I posted my dream drawings about the moon, which is in my YouTube channel, Captain Parrish. Matter of fact, I uploaded on the 29th of 2011. And as you see here, this is one drawing that showed like a comet or whatever past the moon, and there's a possibility that some of the debris that came from this comet or meteor hit the moon. And this is one drawing. This drawing, I made this drawing in 2003. Here's another drawing about something coming towards the moon. And I made this, I think, in 2005. Here's another drawing. I also believe I made this in 2006. Something coming towards our moon. And there's another drawing, another year later or whatever, and that something big came towards our moon. There's our moon right there. And some years back, here's another one. Here's a dream of something, some type of mist emanating off the upper part of the moon, as you see here. And I have another drawing with somewhat, it's quite recent. Okay, here's another drawing, something past our moon and cast a shadow upon it. And this is what I really want to focus upon. This dream was given to me some years ago, and I believe I was here in Brooklyn and I was looking at the moon. It was coming up in the east, and something was projecting, some type of geyser or some type of eruption that was taking place on the upper northern part of the moon. Now today I've gone to beforeisnews.com website, and on this website, beforeisnews.com, I came to an article, major news from Richard C. Hoagland about asteroid YU55. Now, believe it or not, I could not believe it. I was listening to this interview, and Richard C. Hoagland was talking about the asteroid YU55, and that there's a strong possibility that it may hit the moon, and that it may hit the upper surface of the moon, the northern part of the moon, and that things will be ejected off the moon and it will look like as if a volcano had erupted on the moon. I mean, just like I seen it in my dream, something on the upper northern part of the moon was ejecting like volcano or dust or debris. And I want you guys to listen to what Richard C. Hoagland would say about if this if this asteroid YU55 hits the moon.
Yes, is there any evidence that anyone was actually on the moon recently?
Yes and no. The evidence, that by the way raises a very interesting question, because one of the questions I asked my intel folks, if this thing is going to hit the moon, where do you think it might be targeted? Given how good these guys are, obviously, if they're targeting near the north pole of the moon. Which, of course, Francis, if it were to hit at that latitude, the eruption, the explosion, would basically extend off into deep space above the northern horizon of the moon and would create the most extraordinary television view of this slow motion fountain of ejected material incandescent, white hot, cooling down through the spectrum with this fan cloud of debris mushrooming out and up in these wild arcs, with a lot of the material, by the way, escaping the moon and 3 days later coming to Earth and entering the Earth's atmosphere as the most remarkable meteor storm anyone has ever seen. Are we going to be doing this by remote control?
As you just heard what Richard C. Hogan said, and this dream was given me some years ago. As you see, what I drawn in this dream down and showed in the upper northern part of the moon a mushroom cloud type eruption. So I already had a premonition about this. So what Richard C. Hogan just said more or less confirmed to me that this event is going to happen pretty soon. And I believe God given me this dream, and God allowed me to be here to hear Richard C. Hogan say this, that if this thing called YU55 hits the moon, it will hit the moon on the northern part of the moon, just like I dreamt it. Thank you for watching this quick video. Hello everyone, this is Parrish Black of the Inner City Crusader, and Parrish Black, also known as Parrish the Prophet. Today is November 5th, 2011, a Saturday morning, time 8:45 a.m. This video is about Asteroid YU55. Now earlier this morning, before I've gotten out of bed, I believe the Holy Spirit had revealed to me, or at least given me more information about Asteroid YU55. I believe the Holy Spirit brought back to my memory about a drawing I made about a coming asteroid. Now everyone knows that I made a video in October 31st, 2011 during Halloween, and I posted this video in Captain Parrish. In actuality, this particular video is in all my YouTube channels. Well, in any case, the video made about Asteroid YU55 on October 31st, 2011 displayed many drawings I made about an asteroid or comet coming towards the moon. And there's one particular drawing I made that showed that the asteroid was circular. Okay, so some hours ago, I was up watching Von Helton, and he mentioned something that really, I guess, stuck to me, and I guess the Holy Spirit had more or less helped me to remember about this particular drawing I made, which is in my video by Asteroid YU55, and that this asteroid will, how would I describe it? I mentioned that the asteroid will come into the Earth's atmosphere, and this was something Von Helton said. Listen.
I'm concerned about this. So what's going on? Well, it very well could be that YU55 is not going to skim the atmosphere, like they say, that it is in fact going to strike. You know, that is one possibility. Because it is not mere coincidence that these tsunami warnings for that location on that date coincides with YU55 heading in our direction. I don't believe in coincidences, folks. And we got all this shit November 8th and 9th all at the same time. I don't believe it's a coincidence. I don't. And yes, all the relevant links are below for your perusal. But it is all, you know, it's all coinciding with one another, you know. Now, the interesting thing is that Richard C. Hoagland, note I didn't say Von Helton, I said Richard C. Hoagland, is saying that YU55, although it may not pose a threat, it may in fact be something much more than just a mere comet. And there is not only Hoagland, but there is other sources that are claiming that YU55 is completely spherical, that it is not any traditional asteroid shape, basically a rock.
Okay, so the guy said that there's people saying that the asteroid may skim the Earth's atmosphere, which I somewhat mentioned in one particular dream about a coming asteroid that everyone would know about, and that this particular asteroid in this particular dream was circular. Okay, and I did hear Richard C. Hogan on Before His News mentioning that this asteroid is very peculiar because it's circular, and it's not like a traditional asteroid where it's like broken in shards or anything like that. But I forgot what Richard C. Hogan had described this particular asteroid until I came to Von Helton, and I go to sleep and I wake up, and more or less the Holy Spirit put everything together. So now let me show a video which will have Richard C. Hogan describing this peculiar asteroid. Okay, here's a channel, Major News from Richard C. Hogan, Asteroid YU55. He recorded November 9th, and this was says here.
Frame for NASA to alert its employees, and obviously anyone watching the video, because again, we're looking at this window of November 8th and 9th and 11th, because of course 3 days after YU55 passes through the Earth-Moon system, we have this very remarkable kind of alliterative date, November 11th, 2011, or 11/11/11, which is another 19.5. Well, if you start looking at the physical characteristics of YU55, in addition to its size, which is 400 meters, 1,300 feet, you find some very other kind of funny things. Back in April of last year, YU55 came within about 1.5 million miles, and the huge 1,000-foot wide radio telescope in Arecibo, Puerto Rico, was able to actually beam radar to it and listen to the echoes from that radar, and by means of that echo and what's called frequency analysis and interpolation, it was able to construct a set of radar images of YU55, even 1.5 million miles away. What's very odd is that this object, which you would think of would be kind of a chip off the old block, that is an asteroid that was shattered by an impact, and you get basically brick-type shards tumbling through space. Think of your classic movie of an asteroid, which is much longer than it is wide, and tumbles end over end over end. Well, this object, YU55, is not like that at all. It's a sphere.
Okay. Now, let me show you the video I made, which showed several drawings of mine pertaining to, I guess, asteroid coming into our solar system. Okay, here's the title of the video I made, Parrish, Other Sign to Come in Fulfillment. Hogan says Asteroid YU55 may hit the moon. And I posted this video October 31st, 2011, and this is one drawing about asteroid or comet coming towards the moon and towards the Earth. Okay, so this is what I want to focus on. This particular drawing. Okay, let me turn up the volume. and there's another drawing another year later or whatever, and that something big came towards our moon. There's our moon right there. And some years back, here's another one. Here's a dream of something towards our moon. There's our moon right there. And okay, so alright, so now let me show you the original video of this particular dream. Okay, the title of this particular dream is called Parrish's Future Prophecies Part 1, Section 2, 1 of 9, letter A through H, 2009. And it's in my other YouTube channel called Amazing 2007 Full. And I posted this video on April 19th, 2011. And here's some information about it. This video was made in 2009. Clips come from a DVD called Parrish's Future Prophecy Part 1, Disc 2, Section 2 by Parrish Black. Contact me at parrish7@aol.com or visit me at theinnercitycrusaders.org and at theinnercitycrusaders.net. Theinnercitycrusaders.net is the current website for the Inner City Crusaders. And I had tagged this video Asteroid. Now here's the introduction.
This is Disc 2, which is a continuation of Parrish prophecy, and Disc 2 contains Parrish future prophecies, which also covers dreams from letter A through letter H. This is section. I'm recording this dream in my dream book.
Hello everyone, this is Parrish. Today is November 5th, 2011, a Saturday morning time, 11:52 a.m. This video is another follow-up to my Asteroid YU55 videos. I'm sure everyone wants to know exactly where is this particular video that shows the moon emanating some type of mist off its northern side. Well, this particular video can be found in another of my YouTube channel called Yes, Okay, It's Meful. And the name of this particular video is called Parrish's Future Prophecies Part 3, Section 6, 3 of 5, letter B through W, 2009. And this video was uploaded on April 25th, 2011.
The next letter in this section is the letter M. This is section 6, letter M. There's one dream in this piece that begins with the letter M. There's one dream about the moon. First number in this piece is the number 1. This piece is called section 6, 1 moon dream, or S6, 1 M and V. And the month of October 7, 2009, recorded this dream inside my dream book. One of the first things I seen inside this dream was the moon at night, being partially shaded in, or I believe I was actually watching an early lunar eclipse, where our Earth's shadow was slowly being cast upon the surface of the moon. And this is what I see, which is what I see in this dream is the moon being partially shaded in, or could have been a quarter of the moon or whatever. But this is the first thing I see in this particular dream, and I'm not really sure if it was like the moon about to go into a lunar eclipse. I wasn't sure, but this is what I see in the early stage of this particular dream. Then the next thing I done inside this dream was that I was holding a telescope in my hand, and I was standing on a sidewalk somewhere in Brooklyn. I might have been in front of my house on Holden Street. It was now daytime, and I was wearing a shirt that was rolled up on my arms. It might have been an early evening or an early morning. The sky was very light blue in its color. Then I seen the moon in the eastern skies. The moon was above several buildings that were several miles away from me. I believe that I might have looked upon a full moon, and I noticed something else about the moon. The moon in my dream was almost transparent, or it was almost perfectly blended into the bluish sky in which it hung peacefully. Then I took my telescope and I placed the telescope over my right eye. Then I seen the moon up close. I spotted some kind of geyser being projected from the upper left side of the moon. The geyser almost looked as if a volcano had erupted upon the moon's surface, and the volcano was spewing out lava. But this geyser was not red. From my point of view, the geyser was white. A sense of surprisement and excitement had now rushed through my body as I beheld what was going on the surface of the moon. And I woke up from the dream, but before I woke up from the dream, I must show. Then I woke up from this dream. In this dream, I made a drawing of what I see. Like I said, this moon, which I believe was a full moon, and was almost perfectly blended with the bluish sky that I seen in the air. And there was several buildings below the moon. And this is what I seen up close through my telescope. I seen on the upper left-hand side of the moon some white spring or white gush or some type of white geyser being ejected from the surface of the moon. The next letter in this.
Okay, there you have it. This is the video that showed the moon doing its thing. Okay, everyone have a fantastic day and be safe. God bless.